Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I recently did a Microsoft Power Up challenge, and that challenge was in relation to creating a parking management for a high school. And I thought I would share what I've done in terms of that challenge with you guys, and maybe you might find it helpful. So this is a challenge where a school is having an issue with their parking. They have about 15 spaces for car parking, and they want to know who's parking there. They want to be able to book a parking. So for their staff and the people that visit the school, they want them to be able to park, to request a park first so that they can park. They also need a Canvas app where an inspector can go to uh, the parking area at 5 o'clock every day and then inspect which cars are parked there. And then they also need a Power BI, uh, which shows a report of the entire parking and which vehicles have been parking without that has been without any permission, so invalid parking as well. And also a Power Automate flow as well, that when someone books a parking, it can say you can book here or we are unable to book here and stuff like that. So parking confirmation flow. So I thought I would show you on how I did it. So as you can see here, this is basically how it looked like. So you would have three tables where there's a parking request table, parking inspection table, and then also a vehicle table. So using that, you can make a model driven app like I have here. So we have a parking inspection here, and then you can create a parking inspection. We also have a parking request here where you can create a parking request. And we also have vehicles here where you can create a new vehicle if you need to. So I just wanted to start by first creating the model-driven app, and then after that we can even move to the Canvas app that I have created, which is the parking inspection Canvas app. I'll show you how it looks like. So this is what the Canvas app looks like. We can make it a little bit different as well, but you can create inspections. You can go back and you can review the inspections, or you can even create a new car as well. So this is what they wanted. So we will start by creating an inspection, a model-driven app first. So I will start doing that. If you have the document as well, just make sure you follow the documents, but I will be following that entire document to make this up. So the first thing I've done is I've just created a new environment for myself. And you'll need to create you'll need to create a solution. I have created here a solution just called car parking management. Actually, I need this. So it's empty at the moment, but you'll need to create a solution, and then you will also need to create a publisher with your own initials. So just so that when you submit the assignment, they know who you are. Another thing I want to tell you that if you join the Power Up program provided by Microsoft, you will also get an environment, experimental environment, a Power Up environment. But keep in mind that you won't have all the licenses, so you might run into some issues when you're creating a Power Automate flow because you don't have certain connectors and so on. So I do recommend that you use the Power Apps free trial account that Microsoft offers. So you can, I've made a video that shows you how to create a free account, a free developer Power Apps account, and I'll put that link in the description below. And the reason I'm saying that is because if you use the account that was provided to you by the Power App program, there are certain licenses that you don't have, and you wouldn't be able to complete this challenge. So I do encourage you to get a free Power Apps developer account from Microsoft. It's for free, and you get to keep it for forever, basically. So the first thing that we will need to create here is a table for vehicles. So what we will do is go to tables, go to table advanced properties, and we are going to call this one vehicles. And then for the primary column, I will call it, actually, I'll just call it vehicle name. Make sure that you have, don't put any spaces in your names. just because it would be easier for you to, when you're importing data, the data that Microsoft has already provided you, it will just be easier. So that's the one I have, and then we go to advanced options. Everything seems good. I would make it, I would leverage it for a quick create form as well. Primary column, go to advanced option, and then I'll leave this as business required. And this is my vehicle table. This video is going to be a long video, so sometimes when it's loading, you can just skip a little bit. So once you have created your vehicle table, you want to come to columns, because we need to create columns. We need to create another column, and that column would be the model. So we just call it model. I will leave it as single line of text, and everything looks good. We will make it business required, and that should be fine. The next thing that we want to do is also create a column for the make of the vehicle. Make, we'll leave it as single line of text, and then we will make it business required as well. We've created the make, the model, and another thing that we're going to create is the vehicle owner email. And this one, they say to keep it as a single line of text, but I am going to change, I will just make it as an email. Keep it simple, and you can leave it as optional. And you just save that. And another column that we need is the vehicle image. And this one, for the data type, we're gonna make it an image. And on advanced options, see if everything looks good. Everything looks good. And then we'll just, you can make it as a primary image as well. Just take the primary image and save that. So we have made, our primary column is a vehicle name. We have the make, the model, the vehicle owner email, and we have the vehicle image. So that is good. And now we will go back and create another table. And another table we are going to call parking inspection. Actually, we call it parking request. We do the parking request first. I'm going to call mine parking request. I'm going to copy this one. I'll go to primary column. I'm going to call it parking request name. I will make this one business required. So that's business required. Just check anything else. Everything looks good. I will save this one. And I need to add 2 more columns as per the instruction. Right here, just go in over here, and I will click on a new column. I am going to parking request date time. That's what I'm going to call it. Date time. And see, it looks good. What was the, yeah, and the data type will be date and time. We'll just leave it as date and time, and we are going to keep it as business required. I'll save that one. And the next thing that I am going to create is going to be a lookup to the vehicle table. So I'll go here. I'll call this vehicle, if I can spell it correctly. And the data type is going to be a lookup. Data type is going to be a lookup, and we are going to, yeah, we could do business required. And the table that we are looking for is the vehicle table, vehicles here, and then we'll save it. So that way we've created vehicle table with all its columns. We have created the parking request with the columns and the lookups that we need. So another thing that I'm going to create is, so we have three tables. We have three tables. So the other one is parking inspection. So I'll go new table, advanced properties, and I will create a table for parking inspection. Parking inspections. I'll copy this one, and I'll say parking inspection names. And I'm going to leave this as business required. Everything else looks good. I will save this one. That's my new table. And I think we have about 3 columns to create for this one. So parking inspection name, that's a primary column. And then here we've got 2 columns. The one I'm gonna, parking inspection, and the column name is going to be inspection date time. The time. We'll keep the data type as date time, and we are going to leave this one. Let me just check. We're going to leave it as business required, and then we will save that one. And then we need 2 lookups. So we need a lookup to parking request and to vehicles. So our new columns, I will call this one vehicle, and it's going to be a lookup. This one is business required, and that will be to the vehicle table. So I hope you're following along. And then one last thing that we need to do is to create a lookup to the parking request table. So what we're going to call this one, we're going to call it parking request, and it's going to be a lookup. We leave this one as optional, and that will be to the parking request table, and we'll save this one. So just like that, we have created 3 tables: the parking inspection, parking request, and vehicles are the 3 tables that we're going to need, and we have created all the columns and the lookups that we need for these tables. And when you do that, just make sure that you publish all customization as well. You don't want to lose anything. So that's it for this video. I don't want to make it any longer than it is. And in the next video, we are going to basically create the views and the forms, and then we will create a model-driven app, and then we will import all these tables into our model-driven app. So I will do that in the next video, and I will see you then. Bye.